Norbert right now. I just got back in the Michael Jackson movie. It was phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna upload some shorts or so, a short clip of it if YouTube let me. That is. I just want to say it's a privilege to be here. I want to get straight into the topic about the music business, and it's horrible. You know what I'm saying? Let me just start off like this. It is negative. I'm just gonna be real with the audience. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get it off my chest. You know, so I have some great experiences. I have some awful experiences in the music business. I've been I started out as MPK, aka Must Put In Knowledge, on my main channel as Martell Sincere and all that. But this will be the first time I actually want to discuss it here, musically and all that. And I want to say, truthfully, is I feel like I have PTSD in the music business. You know, dealing with. I love recording music. I love making music, but I don't like dealing with people. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm saying, why not just be your own producer? I'm not a producer. I'm not trained for that. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I don't really like my own headspace. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't like my own headspace, and that's why I had to kind of work people too. Plus, I love interesting debates. I grew up around music most of my entire life and all that. You know. Sorry, yeah. I guess what motivated me to music, I was a couple neighborhood kids and all that. Cousin, Cambridge and all that. I was inspired by neighborhood kids. Like you look like they say I look like the type that look like a rapper and all that. You know, at 14 years old. And to be honest with you, um, I didn't have experience of wanting to be real with y'all starting up. That's all right, you know. But I want to get this off my chest too, because I deal with nothing but like, uh, um, I deal with a lot of producers, and it definitely was fun. You know, say it definitely was fun recording music and all that, got my tea and all that. Sorry for my mind everywhere and all that. 'Cause I'm just rambling, but anyways, music is therapy. My parents, may they rest in peace. Um, my dad was a band singer. My mother was a choir singer and all that. So I do come from a background, family members that were musicians themselves. Ironically, this sounds kind of weird to say this too. Oh wow, first six viewers, cool. It's strange to say this. I wasn't like I guess I didn't. Nobody didn't motivate me to be a musician. If I had learn, I didn't say officially, but unofficially, learn about piano, piano keys, melodies. I was not taught about music. Was it music called music theory and all that? And I wish I had people, push me into making music. You know what I'm saying? On that kind of level. Um, I apologize for the ramp. I'm just getting this off my head and all that, But started, I guess I started the music unofficially. Let me just put it in quotations. Unofficially with tape recorders and all that. We use like tape recorders, microphones and all that. It was pretty fun. It was garbage. I think the quality was garbage. Then I met a producer. Um, Frank Reagan. Shout out a lot of producers. They pretty good and all that. I ain't no bad about anything. Some of the bad producers too. Work with was a guy named Young Tease Road Boy, with my cousin and all that. It's ironic they already had like years of recording experience over me and all this. I had to learn from the ground zero on anything. I had to learn by listening to a lot of old hip hop CDs and videos, studio sessions. And I forgot how to record a video about this. So I have recorded a video, I have to post it. Yeah, and all this. I got basically unreleased video and all that. Discussing who's my favorite rappers and all that. Then we went to we did practically like nearly 2 years of unofficially recording. I recorded with a brother named I would say 2007. What's his name? No disrespect to the brother of him. Oh, C time. He told me we were talking about the music business. So like, I remember the conversation we had. Some of it. I'm trying to remember about you don't need to be around big studios to make it happen. Anything around. I think I end up in big studios. Home studios, all kind of studios, garages, and all that. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment. If you're watching, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Please leave a comment. Please leave a comment. Please leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to hear your thoughts, feedbacks, and all. Um, Another thing I want to discuss. I want to talk about producers and all that. I was in a studio called Right Time Studios, which here in Toledo, Ohio. Hello there. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name. I'm gonna call you Bravo. Like Johnny Bravo. And I learned that's the first time I have been to official studio and all that. Also, when I was working with other producers before the break, we were talking about, let's see, oh yeah, about the music business and all that. Hey, how you doing, Gavin? I kept my word this time around. Sorry I've been late and all that. I've been frustrated too because I actually want to talk about consultants. I ain't gonna say no names and things. Sorry, y'all. Music business is full of its adventures, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it at that. I learned I was actually nervous being in a recording studio. And it's kind of funny, my business partners, also my cousin and all that, looked like they were so comfortable being a recording artist. I was nervous as hell being in a recording studio. And you gotta remind me, they was already experienced, recording music, rapping and all that. Well, yeah, it took like around 2008. It was 2008. I worked with Frank Rice. There's another brother, Mike Dre, and all that. We met in 2007 online for YouTube when they used to have private messaging on YouTube and all that, like back in 2007. It took like a couple of years after being in recording studios and I worked with Mike Dre. He taught me about what's that called, vocal presence, how to on the mic, how to present yourself on the microphone, energy and all that. Let's see. We had so much deep conversations. You know what I'm saying? That's the fun part. I never know that being in recording sessions, you can be around all kind of people and all that. And it was fun working with Mike Dre for 10 years, from 2009 to 2019 and all that. I guess he actually had challenged me. I think after both his dad and my dad had passed away in 2014, I remember he said something that's pretty profound that he challenged me to. Like, it's always seemed like communicators would be rapping together, we'd always be on tracks together and all that. He challenged me, why don't you do a solo project and all that? And before 2014 anything, I wasn't comfortable myself rapping and all that, but I had recorded a lot of things in the studio and all that. I wish I could get edible right now, just to get things off my head, So I definitely appreciate those experiences. I worked with a brother named Serverse back in 2008. I worked with. They was all closely associated with each other and all that. Serverse, Versatile. I miss those memories, So I miss, collaboration and all that, I understand. I learned very too about, money and all that, capitalism, paying for studio time and all that, Um, so yeah, I work with other producers too. So why do you always have all these different producers? Because I want different experiences every time, you know. Um, I feel thankful that we work with all different producers. Work with Ed Mack. Shout out to Ed Mack if you're watching this. What was it? CJ Mack. I was learning like different styles, experiences, flows, concepts, and all that. You know what I'm saying? Very, very deep in detail. You know, um, and I really do love the concept, like musical concept about the flow, cadence, and so forth. You know, music. Actually, ironically, I stuttered a lot when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of funny that being in a recording studio said I sound very clear or somewhat clear. Starting up and all that, to be real with y'all, nobody didn't teach me about mixing and mastering. And some of the recordings that I have recorded with myself and others was not in the best quality, but it still sounded good to me. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, I just want to get it off my chest because um, I also have been dealing with these consultants on social media for years, learning how to network and all that. But to be honest with y'all, I deal with nothing but a bunch of liars and scammers. Said, you know, supposed to be so-called record labels and all that. Interested me to find that it was scammers and liars and all that, you know. Um, and it's hard to network because these people are just very, very questionable and all that, you know. Got hidden motives and all that. I'm not being trying to talk disrespectful or anything, just saying the obvious, you know. So, what got me into music? It's ironically what was that? Me and my cousin, my business partner, when we were kids and all that, it was like, I guess we was freestyling, banging on tables and all that. You know, it was definitely fun. You know, um, and it feels really good. You know what I'm saying? It does feel really, really good. As a kid and all that. You know, I mean, I was a shy kid, very shy kid, quiet kid and all that. You know. Besides shyness and quietness and all that, I'm very thankful for music, you know what I'm saying? Music saved my life, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for music, also content creation, vlogging and all that, and video games, I would not be here, you know what I'm saying? I'd probably be dead or in jail somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And I tell number, you know, a lot of my own pain, sadness, tragedies, losses, and all that, you know. I did admit that in the video it's going to sound kind of very dark and negative. I'm just going to be up front with the audience, you know. There's nothing positive um, about being a songwriter, recording artist, and all that, you know. Um, let's see. There. I know I'm not getting a lot of viewers or anything, but I guess I keep talking, you know. And I'm trying to like learn how to network and all that. Speaking on that, I miss working with a lot of producers and all that because different ideas, different experiences, thought process. You know what I'm saying? Um, I had bought a couple beats or so a couple months ago. No, you left the music scene. Oh, why is that, man? You know, who cares? Why you leaving the music scene? I want to get back making music. You know what I'm saying? That's my first love is making music. You know what I'm saying? I'll never give up on music. As for me, I took an absence from music to the personal and also, okay, I understand, but content creation outside, my dad was always telling me, well, you know, you got to have some backup plans if music doesn't work out. And I'm very thankful for, you know, vlogging and blogging, you know, mostly videos and all that for myself I'm very thankful for, me, I want to, I want to travel. I want to perform my music and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, what I'm saying? Now I'm you know, starting to build my confidence back up after what happened last year with the homelessness and all that. And unfortunately, I can't find reliable producers where I'm at, and a lot of them aren't serious, or they just hunger for money and all that. Don't get twisted, So I understand about paying for studio time, paying for mixing, paying for mastering. Then I'm learning this too about I definitely need some new graphics and all that and so forth. You know what I'm saying? But I had to learn this the old-fashioned way, I had to learn this the hard way. Nobody didn't tell me this. Nobody didn't teach me how to be an artist. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn everything from sight, ear, and all that. You know what I'm saying? Then oh well, I guess I want y'all to ask me questions. You know what I'm saying? About the music business. I had some various experiences too. It is negative, like I said, dealing with consultants. Um, So-called people from the music industry, and some that have hit me up on social media and all that, but they always want my money and all. So if I'm paying with my money, I'm demanding, and what's the expectations? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't pay for garbage. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure if you get my best in my music, best in my content, so I put my A game plus in everything I do. You know what I'm saying? Um, Because I'm also a perfectionist, you know what I'm saying? I want to make sure presentation matters. I learned that too, the hard way too. Nobody can teach me this, Um, I haven't performed music since I was like 19 and I'm 36 and all that, comparison doesn't sound, because I'm very shy and all that. I'm kind of ashamed to say that, but it is for what it is. Um, I love making music, you know what I'm saying? That's my first love, you know what I'm saying? Um, it helps me when I'm dealing with, I got depression and all that. It helps me manage my emotions and thought process, What's going on, Cherry Man Game? What's going on with you? Yeah. I understand the music business could be a scam sometimes, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm also do content creation, And I'm very thankful that we're reaching 2,000 subscribers coming soon and all that, very soon, and also 1.3 million views. I just want to take time out to thank the audience, the supporters, community, donators, contributions for supporting me, you know what I'm saying, for 10 years and all that. I never expected to get this far, you know what I'm saying, or make it actually, I guess I want to say words of encouragement to content creators, rappers, singers, and so forth. You know what I'm saying? That you could do anything you put your mind to. I deal with a lot of. Let me just be. I say this all the time. It is negative. I'll be honest. Call it negative. I deal with a lot of self-hatred. You know what I'm saying? I deal with loneliness and sadness and all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect everybody to understand me. I listen to, you know what I'm saying? You want to get monetized? Because I want to get monetized too, you know what I'm saying? That's what I want to discuss too, how to get monetized. Thankful for the viewers and all that. Thank you for the supporters, subscribers and all that, you know what I'm saying? To be honest with y'all, this is something I would love to do. This is something I want to do. This is something I have to do, is make music. And also content creation. I wish I was around other artists and creators around me, but it's all money talks and everything walking. You understand where I'm coming from? Money. You know what I'm saying? I understand that paying for studio time, sessions is not cheap and all that. I tried to build a studio before the crisis happened in my old apartment and all that last year, but it's like. And the apartment I'm living at now, I literally ain't got no space. I ain't got no proper soundproof anything. And plus, I don't have no producer's ears or eyes, anything to do that. You know what I'm saying? I literally pay the producers to do all the hard work, technical stuff and all that, because I'm not that tech savvy. All I do is just write songs, record them, practice and all that. I do want to perform my songs. You know what I'm saying? You know, you always got. That's not what I was saying. Or diversify. You gotta learn how to diversify. I can't just do one thing. And that's something I've been doing too. Is literally like learn how to spread out. You know what I'm saying? And, and that's something that always stick to me. You know what I'm saying? What my dad was saying. Um, I always have backup for everything. You know what I'm saying? Not only that I'm a recording artist, I'm also a musician, I'm a songwriter, I'm a gamer, I'm a streamer. Um, let's see, I'm trying to get into modeling. I'm trying to get into talent model agencies. You know, so I got so much potential, but I don't have no connections. You know what I'm saying? Besides you guys, you support me, and I thank God that y'all support me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't take this for granted. I wish I was rich. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had connections to progress and move on. And I want to travel around the world. You know what I'm saying? I want to travel around the world for my mother's sake. And my mother always inspired me to travel around the world. We were supposed to travel together in my childhood, but unfortunately she passed away when I was 13 years old in 2003. Um, and that hit me very hard and all that. You know what I'm saying? Because and also losing my dad too in 2014. I was 24 and all that. You know, I don't want to be working, dead end jobs for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? To be realistic, because where I'm from in Ohio is a right to work state, aka fire at will state. I've been harassed at jobs. I've been discriminated at jobs. Racism, unfortunately, ableism, and all that. You know what I'm saying? Um, this is something if I had the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, is to connect with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Connect with the audience, because I know that time after time, I'm on LinkedIn for the last couple years and all that. Been a couple people that hit me up, but they always want money from me. You know what I'm saying? Or I had to research and all that. Would search it on Google and ChatGPT and all to make sure they're legitimate. And a lot of it was scammers and all that. You know, so you gotta be very careful on LinkedIn. There's a lot of scammers. You know. Some say, "Why are you on LinkedIn?" Then trying to network. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm just want to just get out the rat race. You know, I want to get out the rat race. You know what I'm saying? I don't see myself working at jobs till I'm old and gray. You know, that I'm growing gray hair right now. I'm stressed out, um, and I'm dealing. You know, I want to progress. You know, so I want to evolve. I want to grow too. You know, so I want to grow big, like ISO Speed, Mr. Beast, Kai Cement, and all that. As a content creator, I want to be like Kanye, like far as rap go. I want to be like Kanye West, Rakim, Tupac, Nas, and all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be working no dead end jobs for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? This is something I'm thinking outside the box here. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, two viewers, for watching me. You know, and I'm being 37. You know, I'm turning 37. I'm surprised to even be here at 37. I've been beat up by the police 20 years ago, racially profiled. I got arrested twice in my life. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's just and something my dad said to me. Just profound. Do you want to end like this for the rest of your life and all that? In and out of jail and all that. You know what I'm saying? Um, I was forced by the law to do anger management therapy twice in my life and all that. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say to, especially I'm a black man and all that, to young black content creators or people of color thing, not being prejudiced or anything or anybody, um, don't don't be a statistic. You know what I'm saying? Stay out of jail, please. Stay out of jail. Don't be what they call. Don't be a YN and all that. You know what I'm saying? Jail is not a place you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Especially you don't want to get a You don't want to get a record. And I had to be careful what I'm saying too, because also my job watching me on my channel and all that, so I had to be really careful what I'm saying at times, you know. But I do want to be real with the audience, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be living like this, old and gray and all that. I feel like I'm not progressing and growing and all that, you know. I was listening to my music as MPKK must put in knowledge and Mark to the code. on Man Lab and SoundCloud. I you can look at my profile as far as my music. If you guys are interested on my website, tmartellclub.com, thank you. I just want to say thank you to 1,000 viewers, supporters for the website that I have paid for my own money and all that. For the last couple of years, I want to thank the audience for that too. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't have done this without y'all. Um, for young artists and content creators coming up, and this sounds very negative. Forgive me. You're gonna get haters. You're gonna get critics. You're not gonna get a lot of support. Start with me. You know what I'm saying? I try to reach out to people. I'm gonna forget my language, but if you try to support people, they call you a dick rider or get bad attitudes and all that. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't appreciate the audience and supporters. As for me, I always appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying? You guys don't have to support me, and I'm very thankful every time. You know what I'm saying? Just for your time, your consideration, and all. You know what I'm saying? I admit, I hate being disabled. You know what I'm saying? I hate this form of me. You know what I'm saying? I wish I wasn't disabled. I wish I didn't, have to struggle and survive. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm thankful to turn to social media as an outlet. You know what I'm saying? Shadows and sounds. Um, it took me years. It took me years on my main channel, almost 20 years since 2007. That's Mr Martell Sincere for over 10 years. So nearly 20 years worth of experience just just posting videos, you know. And I got so much unreleased videos in the studio and all that. But I'm only one man, you know what I'm saying? I wish I could be around other artists, other creators, other producers and all that. But my money is tight, you know what I'm saying? Especially I gotta pay bills, rent, loan, debts, credit card debts, you know what I'm saying? Um, I understand about capitalism, working to the bone and all that. Then I gotta worry about my rent increase and all that. But my wages ain't going up though. So that's why I turn to content creation and vlogging and all that I have potential. Because I also want to get talent agencies, model agencies. I want to buy better equipment, you know what I'm saying? But I'm only one person here. And I want to be around other creators, artists. Where I'm from, unfortunately, it's a ghost town, basically. It's Toledo, Ohio. It's literally a ghost town. And a lot of them ain't going to do it for free. Or cheap, for that matter. So I respect that, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm thinking crazy outside the box. So like, okay, how do I grow? How do I progress? How do I move? You know what I'm saying? And one moment, sorry. Especially in America, everything about money. You know what I'm saying? Just being real. Everything is literally about money. And it sucks to say that, you know. I want to get back making music because it's fun recording music. If I was rich and had my own recording studio, I'd be recording every day. But you know what I'm saying? But for now, only time will tell, you know what I'm saying? Only time will tell. And sometimes I just want to I wish I could turn off social media sometimes, but that's not a possibility for me though. Plus, I hate real life. I genuinely hate real life. I hate dealing with people. And not you guys got it cool. I'm talking about real life, you know what I'm saying? Real life sucks. I hate reality. I hate struggling financially at times, taking care of bills and debts and loans and so forth, you know what I'm saying? I wish I had, favorable contracts, you know what I'm saying? I wish I could afford to get a lawyer, get reasonable contracts. inside and outside the music business. You know what I'm saying? I got potential. I got talent. You know what I'm saying? Call for what it is. You know, because I don't want to be like this in my 40s and 50s and 60s. You know what I'm saying? God willing, if I still live that long, my health conditions and so forth. You know. Anyways, thank you, one viewer. It's kind of weird when from 40 viewers to down to one. You know, but I gotta take what I can get. You know. And I remember interesting brother. I can't say his name. His name was asking, why don't I invite people to my live streams and content and all that? First of all, if they ain't got no talent, they ain't got no value or potential. Why would I waste my time and consideration to bring people that's not on my level? You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. It's hard to find people that's versatile. You know what I'm saying? It's either one or the other. It's either they're content creators, but they're not artists, or if they are artists, something really wrong with them, or crazy, or scammers and all that. You know, it's hard to find genuine people nowadays. You know, so I have to force for that to turn online for that too. You know, it's hard to find people who's dedicated and passionate about things. You know what I'm saying? And I want to get into voice acting. You know, I want to do voice acting for commercials, cartoons, TV shows, narrators, and all that. You know. Addison Bravo, Calvin. I'm trying to figure out ways, you know what I'm saying, how to get monetized, you know. Um, I want something better for myself, you know what I'm saying? I want not just for myself too, but for me and my lady, you know what I'm saying? My lady, guess she's going to South Korea and all that, and I'm jealous because I'm here working job and debts and all that, you know what I'm saying? This is not my life, you know what I'm saying? Working till I'm old and gray. I want to perform music. I want to entertain, you know what I'm saying? Even if I have bad anxiety and stage fright and all, you know. Unfortunately, not a lot of people worth working with, you know what I'm saying? Or they're BSers, you know what I'm saying? So gotta keep it conservative on this page. Anyways, ain't no more viewers or anything. I'm just getting tired. I'm tired of burning my time, burning my money and consideration. I got burned by um, a promoter and all that, pretending that they want to help me and all that, but she turned out to be a liar, a fraud. So I just block her, you know what I'm saying? I had dealt with that for 20 years. People just pretend to have my best interest and all that, you know. Um, on the contrary, I want to be better too, you know what I'm saying? And I know, as I remember a question from TikTok and all that, say, why are you getting all this equipment and all that? Because I'm not happy where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? I'm not happy. Living miserable, you know what I'm saying? Just staying obvious here, you know. You know the negative side, just staying obvious. Anyways, I'm out. Thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.